Welcome to another video walk around. Today we're going to be taking a look at this 2019 Volkswagen Atlas R-Line in this pure white color. This all-wheel drive, 4-door, 7-passenger SUV comes equipped with a 3.6-liter 6-cylinder engine mounted to an automatic transmission. As an added bonus, this vehicle has had no accidents reported. This SUV is the definition of luxury, and it has every conceivable luxury feature. Starting on the exterior with some of those notable features, you've got the R-Line badging up front with the gorgeous grille that extends all the way across with that nice chrome. And you'll also find this nice hexagonal pattern that continues even into the headlights there. This is a really unique looking vehicle, and it looks absolutely premium from front to back. You've also got the nice fog lamps up front for some additional style and utility, and you've got this nice chrome line that extends all the way across as well. As we continue around to the side of the vehicle, you'll notice the massive 20-inch alloy rims that the vehicle currently rides on with the very nice 10-spoke design. And you'll also notice the Blizzak winter tires that are brand new. Look at the tread on those tires. They are ready for winter. As we continue down the vehicle, you'll notice the R-Line badging here as well. And you'll also notice that thin LED turn signal indicator integrated right into the mirror. You'll also notice the nice chrome trim that surrounds the windows. And you'll also find those chrome roof rails up top, which is a really handy feature to expand your storage at some point in the future if you choose to do so. As we back up, you'll notice the fantastic side profile of this vehicle. You can tell that it is a luxury vehicle, and you've got that nice chrome along the bottom there as well. In back, of course, you do have tinted windows for some additional privacy for the rear passengers or rear cargo, and that tint continues in the back as well. Up top, you do have the black roof fin antenna, and you've also got that nice color-matched roof spoiler with the integrated brake light there. You'll also find, of course, the rear windshield wiper, and back here you've got a really nice rear end with the really premium-looking tail lights, as well as the Volkswagen badging, of course the Atlas badging across that nice chrome strip there. You'll also find the V6 as well as the 4Motion badging back here. And on the bottom there, you do have a hitch, so this vehicle comes ready to tow. And underneath there, you do have the dual exhaust with the chrome tips as well. You also find that nice chrome styling that we found in the front that extends all the way across the back as well. This vehicle is absolutely loaded with features, so let's go ahead and hop inside and take a look at some of them. Inside, this Atlas is nice and easy thanks to the smart key system, though of course you do have your standard remote lock and unlock functions on the key fob. You'll also notice the power liftgate button as well as the remote start button. This is a really nice feature to have on this key fob here, and you've got a really nice design as well. And the texture to this key fob is very grippy. It's very rubbery, so it's not easy to drop, which is another handy feature. But like I mentioned, this vehicle is equipped with a proximity smart key system, so simply walk up with the key on your person and put your hand in the door to unlock the vehicle. You've also got those two lines there to lock the vehicle. And if we take a look back here, you'll also notice that all of the door handles are equipped with that proximity smart key system, which is a really nice premium touch. You won't find that on too many vehicles. Opening up the door, you're greeted with this gorgeous black leather interior, with of course the perforation in the center of the seat for the heating and cooling functions. You've also got this really nice rib design to the seat, as well as that nice accent stitching along the headrests and of course along the bolsters as well. You also find these really sporty and aggressive bolsters here to help keep you in the seat even if you're cornering tightly. Below the driver's seat there, you do have the 3-stage memory settings for the driver's seat, which is a really handy feature, so you can easily switch between seat settings when you're switching drivers. And you've got up to 3 settings, which is a really nice premium touch. Below the driver's seat, of course, you do have the power adjustable seat controls, including your power adjustable lumbar support, as you would expect on an SUV of this caliber. And if we take a look in the footwell there, you do have the Atlas branded all-weather mats that you'll find all throughout the interior as well. Like I said, this is a gorgeous and very premium looking interior, and there are tons and tons of features as well as loads of space. So let's go ahead and hop inside and take a look at all of those features. The features inside this luxury SUV start with the push button ignition. Simply put your foot on the brake and push the button to start the vehicle as long as the key is in the car, and you'll find that just next to the shifter there in the center console. If you take a look over at this gorgeous driver's side door panel here, you do have this really nice metallic looking panel that also has this gorgeous wood grain finish to the panel here in the center. You really have to see that in person to appreciate it, but it does look absolutely incredible. Just next to the door handle there, of course, you have the buttons for your power locks And you've also got the Fender branded speaker. This is a Fender sound system and it sounds absolutely phenomenal. Just below we have, of course, the switches for your power windows and power mirrors. All of the windows are one touch down, one touch up automatic, as you would expect. And you've also got the heated mirrors as well. Just below there we do have a little bit of extra storage in the door panel, as well as, of course, the power liftgate button there. And if we take a look just to the right here, you'll find the little storage compartment with lots of room for some smaller items. If we take a look just to the right at the steering column here, of course you do have the manual adjustment for the tilt steering. And just to the left here, you'll find the switch for the headlights. And of course this vehicle does come equipped with automatic headlights, which is a very nice set it and forget it feature. And of course you've also got the switch for the fog lights there that I showed you on the exterior. If we take a look just above here, we have this nice metallic looking finish to the panel that houses the driver's side climate vent. And of course up top here you have this really nice premium looking stitching that runs all the way across the dash as well. If you take a look at this gorgeous steering wheel here, there's lots to see. You've got a nice flat bottom to the steering wheel here, as well as of course the R-Line badging at the bottom. And you've also got this really nice glossy black panel here, as well as the great looking silver that wraps all the way around the center. Of course in the middle there you do have the Volkswagen badging as well. This is a great looking steering wheel and is of course leather wrapped and heated. I'll show you where the controls are for it in just a moment. But before we do, let's take a look at the buttons on the steering wheel. And on the left hand side here you have the buttons for your cruise control. Of course this is a radar guided cruise control system, and you can also set the speed with the buttons here, which is another really handy feature. This button here brings up your driver assist, so you can quickly take a look what's toggled and what's not. You've of course got your lane keep assist, your blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alerts, and your front assist. Just below here we do have the volume rocker for the audio system. And if we take a look over on the right hand side, you've got the voice recognition button at the top here, and then you've got the buttons to navigate the screen in the center of the gauge cluster, and I'll show you what's included in that in just a moment. You've also got this view button here, which you can toggle through the views on your gauge cluster. And at the bottom there you do have the buttons for your track selector for the audio system as well. So let's go ahead and take a look, and you can see all of the gauges are digital. This is a 100% digital gauge cluster. At the top there you do have the direction as well as the time and the exterior temperature, and at the bottom there you have the trip as well as your driver assist. And you can also see this vehicle currently has 22,909 kilometers on it. If we bring up that view mode, you can of course switch between gear and speed, economy and range, economy, navigation, driver assist systems. There's lots and lots of options, including your off-road, which is a really cool feature. So you can always cycle through and decide what works best for you, depending on the type of driving that you're doing. This is a really neat and unique feature that is exclusive to digital gauge clusters. Once you back out, you can cycle through all of your screens at the top here, and starting with the assist system, I showed you what's included in that. Next, you've got the navigation system here. And the next screen over is your audio system, so you can quickly check what's playing and adjust it without ever having to take your hands off the wheel or even glance at your infotainment system while you're driving. Next, of course, you have your phone if you have that hooked up via Bluetooth. You've also got the vehicle status, as well as your driving data. Of course, you have your range and lots of other options here. Your fuel economy, travel time, distance, etc. You can also set yourself a speed warning and more. There's lots and lots to see here. Like I said, the assist system you can cycle through as well. And if we go through to the navigation screen, you can also click through and display the map in the instrument cluster, which is a really cool feature. You won't find that in many other vehicles. You've also got the vehicle status here, and you can also cycle through that as well. So let's go ahead and take a look over at the infotainment system in the center of the dash here. But before we do, we'll quickly take a look at the design. You got that same great metallic looking finish to the panel there. And over on the right hand side, you do have that same incredible wood grain finish that runs across. If we take a look at this touchscreen infotainment system, you've got tons to see. There is so much, including of course Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and you've also got MirrorLink if you want to view what's on your phone. You've of course got navigation. You can view the map there, and you can bring up the other portion of the navigation system on that digital gauge cluster. Of course, you've also got all kinds of media options, including your CD, USB, your SD cards, second USB port, Bluetooth audio, auxiliary, and of course you've got all the standard AM, FM, XM radio options as well. You'll also find the phone menu here if you have your phone hooked up via Bluetooth, and you can also access, of course, the radio with the top button here, and of course you've also got the button to toggle the system on and off. You can turn it on and off with that button there. If you hit the car menu, you can bring up the car screen here, which there's lots to see, including this settings for the vehicle. There's so many features and options here. And of course, if you hit the menu button, you can also bring up all of your options, including the embedded traffic. You've also got the VW media controller, images, settings, sound, climate control. Anything you can think of is in this screen. Of course, when you put this vehicle in reverse, you'll also see that backup camera pop right up, and there's lots of ways to configure that, and it does have the nice guiding lines there, so when you turn the wheel, you'll be able to see where the vehicle is headed. And if you bring up the menu here, you do have lots of different views that you can cycle through. You've also got the park pilot to help you park the vehicle, and on the right hand side here you do have different views to help you. If you're parallel parking, you can bring that one up. If you're backing straight back, you've got this nice view here, and you've also got that wider angle view. And this is a really high-res backup camera, and you can even adjust the contrast, the brightness, and the coloration of the camera as well. Of course, if you put the vehicle back in a park, you'll bring up the main screen again, and you can access all of your apps and menus through that screen. Just below, of course, we do have the dual zone climate controls, and it is an automatic system as well. Top here, you've also got the 3-stage heated and cooled seats for both the driver and the passenger. And of course, this system does come with air conditioning for those hot summer days. Just below here, this is where you'll find that switch for the heated steering wheel that I mentioned, and you've also got the auto start stop feature, so you can turn that on and off. That'll help to conserve fuel by turning the vehicle off for prolonged stops, and it'll turn it right back on as soon as you hit the gas. Of course, this is also where you'll find the hazard lights as well as the passenger airbag warning. In this little compartment here, that's where you'll find the auxiliary input as well as your USB input and 12-volt outlet, and you've got a nice grippy texture to this compartment here, so anything that you put in there won't slide around too much while you're driving. Take a look just below at the shifter there. You've got the manual mode if you wanted to shift between the gears manually, and of course you've got that nice leather wrap to the boot. Just to the right of that, of course, you do have a couple of cup holders with that nice grippy texture at the bottom there, as well as even some lights in there to help you see what you're doing, and you've got that nice glossy black finish to the panel that houses it. To the right here, this is where you'll find the terrain mode selector. You can cycle through depending on the type of terrain that you're driving on, and you can of course also cycle through your drive modes between eco and sport depending on the type of driving that you're doing, whether you're trying to get more fuel economy or performance out of the vehicle. This is also where you can toggle your parking sensors on and off, and of course you've also got the emergency park brake there as well. You've got a really nice padded center console here that acts as an armrest, but of course when you open it up, you've got tons of space inside, including a USB port, and you've also got a nice carpeted bottom to it as well. In the passenger side footwell there, you do have the same great all-weather mats, and of course just above that we have the nice standard glove box. Inside there you do have the SD card slots as well as a CD player, and you've also got lots of storage as well as of course the interior lighting there as well. If you take a look over at the passenger side door panel, you'll find that same incredible design as we found on the driver's side. And finally, if we take a look up top here, you've got lots of options including your interior lighting. And you've also got the switch for your massive panoramic roof on days that are much less rainy than this one. And of course the cover for that roof is also automatic with the button here. You can slide it forward and backwards. Finally, at the very top here, we've also got the programmable garage door buttons, so you can make it nice and easy to pull this vehicle into your garage. Let's go ahead and hop out and take a look at all the features in the back of this vehicle. In the rear of this vehicle, of course, you'll find more of that same incredible black leather seating with a very nice design, including the perforation, the design of the seat, and that accent stitching as well. Back here you'll also find tons and tons of legroom for the rear passengers. Even if you push the front seats all the way back, there will still be lots of legroom. Back here you'll also find a couple of handy little storage pockets in the back of the driver and the passenger side seat. And of course you've also got the rear climate controls, including the rear heated seats, which is a very nice feature. Those are 3-stage heated seats, so you can adjust the temperature. Just below there, of course, you've also got a couple of extra USB outlets as well as an AC outlet there to help keep everything charged up in the rear. You've also got this handy little fold-out center console here for your rear passengers. It's a nice padded leather armrest with, of course, a couple of extra cup holders there as well. These seats also do fold down on a 60-40 split if you have some additional cargo to store, and if you want to access the third row of seating, you simply grab up top here and you'll easily fold the seat forward, giving you lots of room to access your third row and those extra 2 seats in the back there. You have the same great all-weather mats even in the third row, and back here you'll also find a couple of cup holders as well as some storage on both sides. Of course, the rear seats are also that same incredible black leather with a very nice design there as well. Folding the seats back is nice and easy. Simply grab up top here and the seat folds back nice and easily. And if you wanted to just fold the seat forward, you can do so with the latch at the bottom here, and you can adjust it forward and backwards. If we take a look at the rear door panels here, you've got that same nice design with the Fender branded speakers, and you've of course also got lots of extra storage in the door panel there.